Hidden Object Guru here because the new Supermassive Games teaser dropped. It's happening, people. We're getting a new Supermassive horror game this summer. Hopefully with enough of a gap between it and Devil in Me that I have time to make like 100 videos about it. So, let's get a quick breakdown of the teaser and see what we can figure out based on it. We start with a shot of the full moon, absurdly big in the background. This is the kind of thing that you can only do digitally if you want to pan down to the action, and it looks fantastic. Then we see a pickup presumably crashed into a tree. We can't say for sure because the front of it is out of frame, but the tree's right there, and a cop is interviewing two young people about a crash, so it stands to reason. Here's that audio.
Hi, officer. How are you doing this evening?
Are either of you injured?
Really, we're fine. We're just a little shaken up.
Something jumped out right in front of the car and we didn't want to hit it, so we swerved and here we are.
Something jumped out?
Apparently they're fine, but a something ran across the road in front of them, and that's why they crashed. The cop pointedly questions the something, as do I. Are we talking werewolf? Because of the moon? A hillbilly in some kind of a human skin suit with antlers? I'm basing that on nothing, by the way. A Sasquatch? More Wendigos? I know the idea of more Wendigos might seem preposterous, but let's not forget that Supermassive Games has included Wendigo-style monsters in every horror game other than House of Ashes. Wendigos in Until Dawn and its spin-off, while Man of Medan and Little Hope had the Hag and the Broken Man respectively using the Wendigo movement style. So it's not impossible that we'll get a Wendigo-style monster out in the woods this time around as well. While we can't say much based on the pickup with the shell on the back, the police car next to it is a recent model, suggesting that this is set in the present day, or at least in the last 10 years or so. Although we only hear the cop talking to two people who were in the car that crashed. There's another truck next to the police car, which means we've got more characters, maybe a convoy was heading out? The crash seems to have happened right on the other side of something with a roof, which is a strange thing to see out in the woods. Is this a covered bridge? The check-in station of a long abandoned state park? Note the fence in the background. Were they driving past a secure location of some kind that monsters use as a home or nest? Then we cut to black and move from the scene of the accident to a police officer standing in front of a mysterious doorway, holding his gun at the ready. There's concrete walls on either side of it, making it look like a bunker or access tunnel of some kind, which is an interesting thing to see since you wouldn't expect to find either near a quarry, which is, by its very nature, an ephemeral and soon discarded location. It's more the kind of thing you'd expect to see at a dam or power station of some kind. We can't get a sense of the cop beyond him having black hair and a sheriff's department patch on his shoulder, as well as a modern pistol rather than the revolver you'd frequently expect to see in small rural communities. In the dialogue, we find out that the two characters from the crash are counselors headed up to Hecate's Quarry summer camp. Just a note here, a quarry is a terrible place to have a summer camp. Just super dangerous. I guess if the quarry has been turned into a lake, which sometimes happens, this isn't a terrible idea, but in that case, call it Hecate's Lake. Speaking of Hecate, the name of the camp in Quarry is a mispronunciation of Hecate, the Greek goddess of magic and spells. In addition to being prominently name-checked by the witches in popular play Macbeth, she's been adopted by Wiccan and other witchcraft communities as a figure to be acknowledged and thanked. So there's a fairly good chance we're going to get at least a minor focus on folk magic and superstition somewhere in the game. I'm not saying that the villain is going to be a witch or anything like that, but don't be surprised if witchcraft shows up as a plot element in the game. As for the final line,
You're not gonna make it to Hacket's Quarry. Not tonight.
is the cop sinister, or are they using editing and a great piece of music to simply push us in that direction? I'm terrible with voices, so I can't tell if we've got Ariel Winter as the woman and Ted Raimi as the cop here. Hopefully someone with a more precise ear than mine can weigh in on this. Finally, we get the game's title, which is glowing red with VHS tracking error effects. The 80s tribute implication is clear. We've been wanting a slasher game from Supermassive for years now, and it looks like we might actually finally be getting it. The video then directs people to the website, where we get a countdown clock until the trailer drops and nothing else, which means I'll be doing a trailer reaction live stream at noon tomorrow, I guess, followed by a video analysis of the trailer, because how could I not? I'll see you there.